Welcome. So we are going to be working on the double leg bridge today. I love this exercise because it does multiple things. It strengthens on one side and it creates stretch and openness on the other side. So the strengthening is your glutes and your hamstrings, and the stretching is the front of the thighs, the quads. So it's a very functional exercise, helping the body to start to do what it needs to do in terms of working as a strong unit. Okay, so what we're going to use is a little rolled up hand towel, which is quite helpful. We're going to have that between the knees for inner thighs. So if you can have that handy. We're going to come to lie on our backs for our double leg bridge. And we're going to have the heels quite close to the sitting bones, your bum bones, so that you could almost touch your heels if you wanted to. Your feet are parallel hip distance, which is pretty narrow. Hip distance is about a foot apart, not as wide as you might think. Your arms are relaxing by your sides, lengthening, and you want to feel that the back of your armpits are just comfortably pressing down so that we're not hunching the shoulders, pulling the collarbones forward. Your head is nice and comfortable, and you don't want to have a head cushion under your head for this. So just to kind of warm up a little bit and get a little bit of spinal mobility, we're going to allow our spine to articulate before we go into the full exercise. So let's take an inhale. As you breathe out, tilt your pubic bone to your chin, which is going to imprint your lower back. Then you're going to raise your hips and you're going to peel your spine off the mat. Press into your feet, press comfortably into your upper arms, and we're going to stop at the tips of the shoulder blades. So I don't want you to go into this kind of a bridge. I want you to have your shoulders down so that you're more in a hammock or a sling position. And this is immediately going to wake up those glutes and start to open out the hips, keeping that tilt of pubic bone towards the chin. Let's take a breath. Breathe out, and we're just going to articulate the spine back down again, bone by bone, still encouraging the collarbones to stay open and the back of the armpits to stay down, really tipping that pubic bone to the chin as long as you can. And this is going to create a lot of mobility and elongation through your spine. We'll do that one more time. Take a breath in. Breathe out, acknowledge your feet as you press into them, tip your pubic bone to your chin, still anchoring the back of the armpits, and we roll all the way up. Good. We're going to allow the shoulder blades to release. Take a breath in and breathe out to slowly roll all the way back down. Don't hold your breath. Continue a long exhalation to release. Okay, so that's already going to have woken things up. Let's reach for the towel now. And you're going to place that towel between your inner thighs. In whatever position is comfortable, it can be lengthwise this way or along the inseam of your inner thighs there. And we're going to give that a little bit of a squeeze to start with, just so we can get those inner thighs connected. Now we're going to go for our bridge. So the bridge, we're not going to think about the tilt anymore. We're simply going to lift the hips up and put the hips straight back down. So we're going to take an inhale, exhale, press into the towel, press your hips up and put your hips down. And we'll do that for 12 reps. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. I'm squeezing my glutes for 4, opening my hips for 5, 6, pressing into my feet, 7, 8, keeping the upper arms down, 9, 10, we're doing 2 more, 11, 12, I'm going to remain up. I'm going to try not to press my chest because that starts to use my back muscles, whereas I really want to get my glutes to do the work. Keeping your arms to your sides, if you want to add an extra little burn here, you can stay up and squeeze that towel for 10 pulses. You can keep the squeeze on the towel and squeeze the glutes for 10 pulses, doing very subtle little pelvic presses. You can keep all that in place after you've done a few reps, squeezing glutes, squeezing inner thighs, and for an added extra burn, we can do some heel pumps here. So that's going to get your calves working as well, and you can do about 10 or 12 of those. And then when you've done that, you're going to place your heels down, and to finish, let's roll down through the spine again using a long exhalation, lengthening your tailbone away from the crown of your head, all the way back down, and release tailbone. And you should feel a nice burn in the back of your legs and your glutes. You can do that about 3 or 4 sets. That's a lovely way to fire the bum muscles, release the tightness in the hip flexors. Well done. Thank you for joining me, and we're out.